The Galactic Academy's orientation hall fell silent as Professor Veldaz activated the containment field. The shimmering barrier materialized in the center of the amphitheater, and within it, something began to take shape. Today, the Kralith instructor announced, her 4 eyes scanning the diverse assembly of alien cadets, you will face the Morpheus, the fear beast. This creature exists in a quantum state, manifesting as each individual's deepest, most primal terror. Marcus Webb sat in the back row, his worn military jacket draped over his chair. At 23, he was the only human in a class of 47 students representing 19 different species. Earth had only joined the Galactic Coalition 3 years ago, and humans were still considered an oddity, primitives from a death world who had somehow stumbled into faster-than-light travel. The containment field pulsed, and the Morpheus took form. Across the hall, students recoiled. The insectoid Chitauri saw a massive predator with acid-dripping mandibles. The aquatic Nereids perceived a dehydration vortex that would strip moisture from their bodies. The crystalline lumens witnessed entropy incarnate, ready to shatter their molecular bonds. Each cadet saw their nightmare made real, prowling the confines of the barrier. The exercise is simple, Professor Veldaz continued. One by one, you will enter the containment field. You will face your fear for precisely 30 seconds. Those who maintain consciousness will pass. Those who do not. She gestured to the medical station where 3 healer caste Vitarians waited with revival equipment. Will be revived and given a second attempt next cycle. The first volunteer, a brave Thorian named Kex, stepped forward. His species was known for their warrior culture, their 4 arms capable of wielding multiple weapons simultaneously. But as he crossed the threshold, his body locked up. Whatever he saw, and only he could see his particular manifestation, turned his cobalt skin pale. He lasted 18 seconds before collapsing. One by one, cadets entered. One by one, they emerged traumatized, or were dragged out unconscious. The longest time recorded was 26 seconds, achieved by a Zentari whose species had evolved from apex predators. Human Marcus Webb, Professor Veldaz called. Marcus stood, ignoring the whispers that rippled through the class. Humans were infamous now, stories had spread through the academy about their death world origin. Earth, with its extreme weather, its megapredators, its diseases, its very atmosphere that was poison to 1/3 of known species. Humans who ate capsaicin for pleasure, who kept apex predators as pets, who had somehow thrived in an environment that was classified as hostile 9 on the Galactic Habitability Index. Marcus approached the containment field. He'd faced fear before, real, tangible fear. He'd been in the U.S. Marine Corps before the first contact, had served in combat zones, had watched friends die. He'd felt terror's icy grip on his spine. He stepped through the barrier. The Morpheus immediately began to shift, cycling through forms as it tried to find purchase in Marcus's psyche. It became a spider, but Marcus had handled tarantulas as a kid. It morphed into a shark, but he'd swum with bull sharks off the Florida coast. It twisted into a grizzly bear, beautiful, Marcus thought, recalling the one he'd seen in Yellowstone. The creature paused, confused. Its quantum state matrix was built on billions of years of evolutionary data from thousands of species. It had never failed to manifest terror. It tried again. It became fire, but Marcus had walked through burning buildings during training. It became the void of space, but Marcus had spent 6 months on the Coalition's deep space outpost. It became disease, decay, death itself. Marcus stood still, watching with curiosity rather than fear. The Morpheus began to shrink. Outside the containment field, Professor Veldaz's membranes fluttered with shock. Impossible, she whispered. The other cadets pressed forward, trying to understand what they were seeing. The fear beast, the creature that had terrorized countless generations of Coalition cadets, that fed on primal terror and existential dread, was diminishing. Its quantum state was collapsing, not into a specific fear, but into something else entirely. Marcus knelt down as the creature, now barely the size of a large dog, approached him. It had taken a form that looked almost like a wolf, but wrong somehow, with too many eyes and geometry that hurt to perceive directly. "Hey there," Marcus said softly, extending his hand the way he would to any frightened animal. The Morpheus sniffed his hand. Then, in a movement that would be replayed in Academy recordings for decades to come, it circled twice and lay down at Marcus's feet. Within seconds, it was asleep, its breathing steady and calm. The 30-second timer elapsed. Then a minute. Then 5. Professor Veldaz deactivated the containment field. "Cadet Webb, you may exit." Marcus looked down at the sleeping creature. "Will it be okay?" I don't know," the professor admitted. "In 300 years of Academy history, this has never happened." Marcus carefully stepped over the Morpheus and returned to his seat. Behind him, the creature remained asleep, its form gradually stabilizing into something almost peaceful. Later, in the Academy's xenopsychology department, researchers would theorize about what had happened. Humans, they concluded, had evolved on a world so hostile that their fear response had been honed to a razor's edge. They felt fear, but they had learned to act despite it, to function through it, to even befriend the things that terrified other species. The Morpheus hadn't found nothing in Marcus Webb's mind. It had found something far more disturbing, a species that looked at horror and said, "I've seen worse." A species that didn't conquer fear by eliminating it, but by walking alongside it every single day. That evening, Marcus found a message on his data pad. It was from the Coalition Defense Force: "Your application for the Xenomorph First Contact Division has been approved. Report for duty Monday." He smiled. Apparently, having a fear beast fall asleep at your feet was exactly the kind of qualification they were looking for.